So there are 2 days left in the holiday event for 2024, and we're coming back here to Hemmeldal one final time, but not after the holiday variations. I really want to get a 650 plus reindeer, and I don't know if this is something that I actually read somewhere or if I just made it up in my head, but I think this event has increased reindeer spawn, so I wanted to give it one more shot at trying to get a 650 plus, and we'll see if we can find one. And it looks like we'll be starting this hunt with a reindeer female, which normally I wouldn't even bother with, but of course the community-wide event is to harvest a ton of reindeer. I think 125,000 or something as a community to get the full rewards of a tripod and 250 EM. At the time of recording this, 16,000 more reindeer need to be harvested, and every single one counts for that event. So we'll also be hunting those as we go along. And unfortunately single lung, so we'll have a bit of a track to go here. But she went down right up here. So one thing that I've noticed, because I've been trying to play this event as much as possible, it seems like as far as reindeer hunting goes, the most effective method, at least for me, has literally been just running. Cover as much ground as we can, hope to get calls, and of course look for tracks and follow them that way. Well, this wasn't really in the plans here, but we've got a herd of reindeer that unfortunately just spooked. And you can actually see some of them trotting around just below us, so this guy's kind of in the way. And you can, and maybe we did, you can double lung reindeer and they don't drop, they'll run a bit. It sounded like he stopped. So maybe that's what happened? I just really didn't want him to run down there and spook him. Is that him laying there? I think so. It was indeed, so little bonus reindeer for the community event. And that was double lung, sometimes that just happens. 41 score. And now more importantly, where is the bull in this herd? We saw a couple of cows trotting around like I said, and when they spook, they just mill around for probably like 5 to 10 minutes. So they ought to be around here. Just a matter of what direction did the one we actually want go. So that would be our bull, who for some reason is just spooking every couple of tracks. At least we saw him. And can probably get on him decently quick from here, but I gotta say, looking at the size of that, this has not been worth it. Well, that's interesting. There's another one down there? I mean, maybe this works. Because that other guy's spooked, he probably won't even come into this. But maybe by the time he calms down, if we keep calling, he actually might. Now this guy maybe is a little more worth it, 440 to 580. He is a Rudolph, by the way, which, if we can get a 650 plus, I'd prefer it to not be a Rudolph, but I think we'd take it and put it in our main lodge anyway, if that were to happen. So, just gonna drop that guy, and I'm gonna be honest, haven't looked at the other one. I would like to just take him out so we don't find his tracks later, spend a bunch of time following that herd, but it would be rediscovered, and I think we'll probably just move on and ignore that one, unless he starts coming in during this trophy shot. I think we should just go and look for other ones. So as for this guy, double lung and liver, 473, so he's on the lower end, but we'll get a quick photo of that. Just nice long beams, a couple of shovels, and that's about it. Not much for tops. Unfortunately, not a lot of mass or anything. Probably why he ends up scoring what he does. Let's take a peek. Is that guy by chance starting to come down this hill? If not, I say we just hightail it the other way. And I think that's what we're gonna do. That snuck in here. That's not, yeah, that's a male lynx. Really good estimate. You know what? I was gonna go bow. Just gonna take this with the 357 then. Max weight and score estimate. There was supposed to be a female coming in. That is a way better result. So this will be lynx number 80 ever for us. Slowly moving towards that 100 mark. 40 kilo hard shot and a 10.6. Like, it's solid, but it's not that 11 plus that I really would have wanted that to be. So we'll skip the trophy shot, 139 GM though, just for literally fast traveling and calling that in. And no Yule cap, but we actually did get one during this event, so I'm not terribly worried about getting another one, though maybe another really high scoring one could be something we'd add to our event animals lodge. So we'll get moving this direction, hopefully some reindeer up in here too. So we've got our second herd of reindeer. By the way, you just heard that bull call. I don't know how, but I guess I unequipped the reindeer collar at the tent, trying to grab that lynx collar. We didn't need to, we had the lynx collar on us, but it must have put it back in the tent. So if we could just get a shot at this guy, we'll have to go for it from here because we can't bring him into bow range. And I think if we go back and grab the collar, they'll just end up being long gone. So that's him. We can see his antlers moving through the trees. Gotta be 240 meters or so. And unfortunately, they're just kind of going off the other direction. So, see if we can get this. Pretty sure we hit him. And the only negative is we're gonna have to go all the way back and go and grab our reindeer color yet. Okay, he's down there. So let's mark him. Go and get the colors so we're good for the next one. Let's hope we don't do that again, because I really don't even know how that happened. So, managed to go and grab that, so we should be good going forward. And as for this guy, at least not a Rudolph. Got him right along at 223, 384 score. Considering the distance and the shot placement, I will take that. And now we are a little bit off track, so let's try to loop kind of down and around, and maybe do something like that. Man, that is just a little unfortunate. A 155 to 180 kilo reindeer? We didn't track him or anything, he just kind of appeared here in front of us, but only scores him up to 490, so we haven't even called, he's trotting right into bow range. Not sure what the wind's doing, but heard around like 45 or so. Feels like this should be doable. I'm gonna call that doable. Not quite a Rudolph with a red tracer arrow in his back, but gonna help us to bring him down quickly and just keep on moving here. And I will say, I'm glad we didn't pick up the track first and spend forever following the herd. By the way, we just spooked that cow reindeer, so I don't know if that roe deer buck's gonna come in, but we'll try. But yeah, this could have been a much more disappointing deal if we had tracked him first. 160 kilo when he scores 483. Bit of a bummer, would have hoped for at least a 500 plus, but let's see if we can get this roe deer in here, keep on working on the community event. So this guy, 75 to 125, not super special, but if we can get him in here with the bow as well, we managed to use the bow for the reindeer, and that allowed, oh boy, never mind, let's just try to get him. 357 it is. And one more towards the, whatever, 16,000 or probably even less by now, that the entire community needs. And honestly, shout out to the people that have like 700-800 roe deer killed during this event. The reason the entire community is getting the rewards, and I think we're going to get the entire way there, is because of the people that are killing literally hundreds of them for like 2 weeks straight. Alright, so let's try that again. Just a 45 to 95 buck coming in, but we're actually getting more roe deer than I even expected, which obviously, given the circumstances for the event, is a good thing. So, I think that was straight in the neck, and as he was coming up that hill, really kind of drew out that animation, but neckbone 3, 63 score. Fortunately, the score is irrelevant. That's one more roe deer regardless of how big or not big it is. And what we're going to do is the same thing we did for our Christmas hunt. We're going to start to work our way up to this lake, because later in hunts, reindeer tend to just kind of congregate there. In the meantime, we're going to kind of take the scenic route, check out some of the ravines and stuff like that. Other places reindeer tend to sort of just show up later, and we'll see what we run into. I will say, it feels like we've gotten into the right area of the map at the right time. Another reindeer bull here, another like really great beams, couple of shovels, and that's it. That guy's 37 meters out though. Might attempt another 40 meter shot if he just stands still. See if we can get this. That feels about right. That's going to drop him. All these cows are hanging around, but we were actually tracking a separate bull, and then this guy called, so that's the second time we've had that happen today. And this is kind of why I think there's an increased reindeer spawn for this event. But like I said, I really can't prove that. I can't remember if there was any official information for it, but it just seems like we run into more than on a typical Hemmeldal hunt. So doubling at 38, 435 for him. And this bull that we're tracking is up to 150 kilos, so it could be a decent one. And fingers crossed, we still have not eclipsed 500. Maybe this guy's the one to do it. Well, didn't take long to figure that out. He'll be in that area again, but I think it'll fall just shy. And he has spooked, so this is definitely another 300 situation. 440 to 580, some great estimates today. But it's always been on not that great of racks, so I don't know where we're at as far as bulls. Gotta be 5 or 6 though. And we still have a long way to go, working our way up there. Now we, in tracking him, have gotten way off track, but we'll loop back down. I mean, this guy does actually have more than I thought. Double shovel on his right, more on the tops, and some actual mass. Left lung and neck bone at 193, still 448. They've all been like roughly the same size. But we'll just keep on rolling, get back down on the path that we had drawn out. So finally a decent road deer buck, 110 to 160 on this guy. Just gonna trot right on in here and let us get one more for the community event as we cruise along. Hopefully he's gonna like pick a direction and stick with it. This might be a boy. Hopefully there's, yeah, it looks like we got a lung in there. Literally the worst spot to stop. But we already saw a single lung on that doe, the very first kill of this hunt. It'll run for like 20 seconds, and it should bring it down. Actually, not even 20 seconds. Barely 20 meters. It just got out of sight there, and then dropped. Curious, do we get anything else? Nah, just single lung, 10-second wound time. 152 score is actually solid, and we'll keep on moving north. Well, go figure. I'm pretty sure our biggest reindeer this hunt was that Rudolph, and now our smallest one, also gonna be a Rudolph, but we're most of the way up to that lake, so good to still be encountering reindeer all the way up. 30 meters this time, still able to make the drop shot, and also on our Christmas hunt, we struggled to find any Rudolphs, and of course today, where kind of we don't want them, like I said, I really prefer, if we're gonna get a really big one, I would prefer us not a Rudolph so that it doesn't stand out in our lodge, you know, 364 days out of the year. But, second one today, double lung at 28 meters, this guy is going to be a 252 monster, and yeah, short little walk up to the lake, we'll see if there's any hanging out in that area. And yet another roe deer buck. I do feel like we got a good roe deer spawn. This guy's another 110 to 160. Oh boy, this might be bad. So there's another buck behind that. This guy kind of knows we're here. So, you see that water on our hunter mate? That's the lake we're going to. And now there's a roe deer running right to it. He'll probably stop before he gets to it. He could spook reindeer that are on the southern side of the lake. And unfortunately, I didn't even consider the fact that that could happen. So we'll really take our time, because now not only do we have that roe deer running down there, what's probably going to happen is we're going to have a alert roe deer standing down there waiting to spook again. So we really got to chill, but hopefully it's going to be worth it. Hopefully there's something waiting here. That one looked pretty big. Hold on a minute. I don't know. Did he go behind that rock? He must have, but that had really good tops and I think at least 2 shovels. The question is he close enough to hear our call? I really don't want to go running here. We spooked that roe deer. We got to be careful. But if we can just cruise on in here and get him moving this direction, hopefully we can at least see what he is. Oh, he's actually trotting our way. That looks really nice. Let's see, can we actually get a spotting estimate on this guy? Standing still for long enough. He is 570 to 710. Oh my goodness. We may have a 600 here. I don't know about 650. Probably him calling. By the way, no surprise. There are multiple herds of reindeer around. And we also got to make sure that we don't have another bull or some cows or something come trotting through and spook. I had seen one over here. Don't know where he got to, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's moving our way too. That is... okay, that's not him. Yeah, we need to be careful. For some reason, cows just trotting right at us. That is still not the one that we want. Where did that big one go? He was somewhere in the same vicinity? Oh, there he is. Okay, we should be fine. Let's actually get a look. That, I mean, his frame is the size of the reindeer in front of him. 1 shovel, 2 shovel. Oh, neither of the top ones, though. That might hurt him. Low weight, which is, you know, a good reason to track literally everything. And given the circumstance, just gonna go ahead and get him. I wouldn't mind getting this one, too, if we can. Literally dropped him right next to the big one. And I think that is gonna be the perfect way to wrap this hunt up. Let's go and see, though. What did we just shoot? Every reindeer today has had good estimates, and we haven't had anything, you know, really jump higher into the estimate range. This guy going up into the 700s, really encouraging, but I think we killed a 595 or something like that in the Christmas hunt. That is kind of cool the way that went. How did he land like that? Beautiful tops on that guy, though. Tons of score there. Good bottom shovels. We'll see. Fingers crossed as we go for this. I want to claim the big one first. 135 kilo, double lung. Ah, was he literally not 570 minimum? So, we'll still go for that. Get a good photo of them. By far the best reindeer we killed today. And, you know, did it help us by hunting for about 3 hours, literally covering like the entire map and then coming back here? Probably it did. And I think, all things considered, probably the best trophy shot we can get. Really shows off that frame. These tops are some of the best we've ever had on a reindeer. If he had those other 2 shovels, easily 600, but he wouldn't have been that 650 monster that we're after anyway. So I'm pretty okay with that guy, and then this guy, which will probably be 400s, being our final 2 kills. 450 for him. So even that was like our 3rd biggest maybe? And, go figure, that was our 100th harvest with the winter camo 300. So at 10 plus links, our 80th links ever as we work on getting 100 of every species and a 570 reindeer. Pretty good final hunt here during the holiday event. And what I'd like to do going forward, in the process of trying to get a 400 non-tip, maybe we'll kind of bounce back and forth, do some hunting here on Hemmeldal, and try to get a 650 reindeer as well. I really love the look of them, I enjoy hunting them, and I do want to compare, like a hunt like today versus after the event. How many reindeer are we getting, and is it plausible to end up getting one without the event in a reasonable amount of time? We shall see, and I'm looking forward to that. But on that note, that's going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.